Today I'm here up on Angeles Crest Highway with the 2021 Lotus Evora GT. This is the second to the last gas-powered Lotus that will be produced. The replacement of this car, the Evora, will be the last one. After the Evora, every single Lotus will be electrified. One of the elements that give away the Evora's age are the headlights, because the main projectors are HIDs, not LEDs. However, you do get LED accent lightings. They're these little round things right off to the side of each main projector, and they're also down here by the lower front fascia. By the way, the lower front fascia is open and it's functional. Unlike most mid-engine sports cars, the Evora doesn't have a front. Instead, you have a functional air vent right here, and underneath this carbon fiber piece is the windshield washer reservoir. At 172.4 inches long, the Lotus Evora is about the same length as the Porsche 718 Cayman or Boxster. However, the Chevrolet Corvette is a good 10 to 12 inches longer than this guy. One neat touch on the Evora is that this spoiler is actually part of the hatch. Our test car also came with the carbon fiber package. That means the hatch and the roof are made out of carbon fiber, as is the lower front fascia. Another neat touch right here in the back are these open vents on each side. These are likely for better cooling and for better airflow. Powering the Lotus Evora is a 3.5 liter Toyota sourced V6 with a supercharger. This engine makes 416 horsepower and 317 pound-feet of torque with the 6-speed manual. However, if you get the 6-speed automatic, that torque number goes up to 332 pound-feet. The carbon fiber bucket seats on the Lotus Evora are manually adjustable. You adjust recline via this knob right here, and forward and backward motions via the little lever. Technically, the Lotus Evora is a 2+2. There's 2 belts back there. There are even anchors for your child seats here. But do you really want to put anyone back there? There's almost no headroom there, and I have the driver's seat set to my position, and there's next to no legroom in there. You'd have to be a contortionist to tolerate being back here for any given period of time. It's best to treat the Lotus Evora's back seats as an extension of the trunk. Right behind the engine is a 6 cubic foot trunk. It's deep enough by sports car standards, but you see the owner's manual is right there, and really it's not very wide. The opening itself is kind of narrow, but what do you expect? It's a sports car. Turning on the Lotus Evora is a multi-step process. First, you need to turn the key over, just like that. Put your foot onto the clutch and hold the start button, and it fires up, just like that. So inside the Lotus Evora's cabin, you get traditional gauges. These are all analog, so you have 2 gauge clusters, a tach and a speedometer. You get a tiny little screen here that you can change what it shows, from a timer to the range, to instant MPG, etc., etc. And your clock is to the right. The Lotus Evora center stack looks very aftermarket because it is. This is an Alpine head unit. This is barely bigger than the screen in my iPhone 12 Pro Max. Above it, you have heated seat controls up here, one for the driver, one for the passenger. Your drive modes are also up here. You have sport and race mode. You have the button to lock the doors, one to open the exhaust, and the hazard button. The climate controls are all down here. This is all manual, so that means you have to set this all on your own. It's not that hard to do, but keep in mind this is a very analog sports car, and analog it is. The sole USB port is inside the glove box, and you have to dangle your connector and your cords right out of it. Luckily, there's an indent right here so that you can do just that. If you're looking for storage cubbies, these are the only 2. One is a really tiny cup holder, and then together with this little cubby in front of it, it doesn't really fit my iPhone 12 Pro Max that well. So again, keep in mind, this car is all about fun. It's more of a toy. The steering wheel is a 3-spoke design, but the only controls on it are your cruise controls and the horn. Adjustments? Well, it only tilts up and down. This does not telescope, unfortunately. So just like the climate controls, the lights are also manually controlled. The side mirror adjustments are the second knob here. To open the fuel filler door and or the trunk, you can press these 2 buttons right here on the door. If a visceral driving experience is at the top of your list, then you should definitely consider the Lotus Evora. It's one of the few cars that comes alive in your hands because it's so analog and mechanical in the way it operates. There aren't any driver assists available either, which adds to the rawness of the driving experience. Obviously, there are trade-offs for that exceptional handling. In addition to a lot of road and tire noise, the Evora suspension is pretty stiff. Yes, you can daily drive the Evora if you can handle the stiff suspension, but again, this is best used as a weekend car or a track car. There are ergonomic quibbles as well. In addition to pedals that are placed pretty far, the steering wheel only moves up and down, meaning you need to sit up pretty close. The Sparco carbon fiber bucket seats might also be a deal breaker because they have incredibly aggressive bolstering, meaning if you have a big frame, you might not fit well in them. The Evora comes with most of the basics, which means you have heated front seats, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and HID headlights as standard. Most of the options in the Evora are cosmetic, with the exception of the carbon fiber package, which costs $10,000. That package cuts the car's weight by 49 pounds, and keep in mind, the Evora only weighs 3,175 pounds. In short, the Evora is a thoroughbred driver's car. It's raw, it's visceral, and it's engaging. All traits you expect out of a car this analog and mechanical in feel. If that's what you're looking for, then the Evora will be worth that six-figure price tag. But if you're looking for refinement and creature comforts to go with that engagement, you may be better served by another vehicle, likely a Porsche or a Corvette. The base price of the Evora will cost you $96,950. As equipped, this test car is $113,000. When you include destination, all told, this test car is $116,000. So what does the six-figure price tag get you? It gets you one of the most visceral driving experiences money can buy today. Yes, it's stiff. Yes, it can be a little bit harsh. And no, you can't daily drive this thing unless you're crazy. But the Evora endears itself to you because it's so analog in the way it operates. And that's our review of the 2021 Lotus Evora GT. Don't forget to find us on Instagram to see what we're up to, and click like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss the latest reviews from Alex and Autos. I'll see you next time.